Hey everyone, Luke here. Today we're going to talk about 4 highs, which is an actual pattern on a hair mineral test, okay? So I've talked about other patterns before. I've talked about slow oxidation versus fast oxidation. I've talked about 4 lows, a couple other patterns. And I'm going to keep making videos to cover more of these patterns, which are very important, okay? So this is a 4 highs pattern. As you can see, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, this is the ideal right here, these black bars, and all levels. I repeat, all 4 of the macros, okay, which are calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. Those are the 4 macros on the hair chart. Okay, these are all above ideal. Okay, that's why I call it 4 highs. Just like a 4 lows is called 4 lows because all of the ideals are below their ideal level. 4 highs would be the opposite. Okay, now it's important to realize that 4 highs is a temporary pattern. Okay, we would call this as a resistance to change pattern, and typically as a person goes on a program, they'll come out of 4 highs into a normal slow oxidation pattern. Okay, so this is not a typical slow oxidation pattern because typically sodium and potassium would both be below their ideal levels. Okay, so this is slow oxidation, but in typical slow oxidation, like I said, calcium, magnesium will be high, sodium, potassium will be low, okay? And as you can see, this is also somewhat of a bowl pattern. Just happens to be the way I drew it. Now, so it's important on a 4 highs that you warn the client that they could, drop out of 4 highs into a more of a slow oxidation pattern. The slow oxidation rate could, could lower, which in case they could feel more lethargic and more tired for a while, okay? Because many people in 4 highs are also, you have to realize, are in fast oxidation. And as they come out of 4 highs, they'll also come out of fast oxidation into slow oxidation oftentimes, okay? And it's important to realize with these patterns, just like with 4 highs, it's only one pattern. There can be multiple patterns. Like I said, this one is also a bowl pattern. It's also slow oxidation, and this person has an inverted sodium to potassium ratio. Okay, so 4 highs is usually temporary stress. It's found in people that may be working too hard. They're under a lot of stress, maybe at work, at home. That's why I say it's a temporary stress pattern, much like fast oxidation. And like I said, many people in 4 highs are actually in fast oxidation as well. Okay, other resistance to change patterns are, for example, like 4 lows, where the person keeps pushing themselves. Sympathetic dominance is another one, very common one. Many people are in sympathetic dominance. And these are all resistance to change patterns that I mean that the person is pushing themselves too hard. Maybe stress is causing it, or maybe it's just themselves pushing themselves too hard. It could be multiple things. It could be biochemical, and that maybe they're copper toxic and they can't turn their minds off and they're not getting enough rest. Maybe they have heavy metals in their system that are constantly causing their nervous system to fire. And many people don't even know that they're in. They just think that this is normal, to sleep, not sleep 6 hours a night and to be working all the time and things like that. And a lot of people don't realize that they're in this harmful pattern. And so, like I said, it's important to, especially in these, 4 highs tend to be very driven people. Now, I don't want to make that generalization, but sometimes they can be very driven people. And it's important to realize that, it's important to warn the client that when they're in 4 highs, that they could, when they drop out of 4 highs into a more normal slow oxidation pattern, that, like I said, they're going to have to adapt to a new energy level for a while until their energy maybe starts to increase again. Amigos also play a huge role in this. Oftentimes these people are only copper toxic, can have oxide forms of like aluminum and things like that play a part in constantly stimulating their nervous system. So with this pattern especially, these people tend to be more grounded, so it's very important for them, to do the diet, all the procedures and everything like that, and just learn in general to rest more. Many of these people, they're hardworking and they're fairly grounded and things like that, but they need to learn how to rest more and lead a little bit more of a spiritual life. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys out, and I'll talk to you guys later.